Alright, welcome back. So, in this tutorial, we're going to be going ahead, we are going to go ahead and tackle and fix this from the hard-coded 8 o'clock a.m. on Monday to actually being, for it to be dynamic. So, this right here is going to take place in actually the day timer, actually. So in this section, what we haven't added, the time constants. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna make it short. And this is gonna just be capitalized. Time of day is equal to, here is, it needs to match with, there's going to be a lowercase one, which is, and then there's going to be the display. So whatever time of day right now, so this is what's going to be fed into the underscore TOD. And then right here, the 8 o'clock a.m. Time of day. So this is where it gets really choice of preference, actually. So in some games, it may say, you know, day, morning, evening, afternoon, night. In other games, it's going to show, okay, it's going to be 8 o'clock a.m., 10 o'clock a.m., and everything. Let me know what preference that you do have in the comments. Or again, if you're on the Discord, post in what your preference is. That way I have a better understanding of what game you're going for, what game you are developing. But for me, it's just simpler just to say day, afternoon, evening, night, and everything. But there is, of course, the 8 o'clock a.m., like the time, the actual digit time. But again, just going straight forward and everything is just using the actual day, afternoon, evening, night. So let's do that. Evening, night, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Next, of course, is the time of day display. Whoops. Yep. Okay. So the display, this is what's going to be shown right here. This is what's going to be taking its place. So capitalized. Afternoon, evening, night. Okay. And then last is of week, day of week. And this is just going to be, Monday through Sunday. Let's go ahead and type that. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, and Sunday. Cannot capitalize Sunday. Okay. So now that we have this set into place, so now, we have this set for this. Now we need to have this something set for these. So it's gonna go ahead and do self._. Let's just type let's do weekday index is equal to 0. And like I mentioned in the last video, how I mentioned that I was going to, let me go back to script, how I was going to get rid of these. Go ahead and just get rid of it. And I'm going to define it right in here instead. So, which is going to be underscore game day is equal to 1. And next is getting these values to be plugged into here. For example, what I really want to do is just have it like this: day timer dot underscore current, let's say TOD display. That's how I want it to be shown as. So with this, for example, let's go ahead and do that. So at property, define current TOD display. Actually, like that. Okay. And then let's go ahead and it's going to be self. And all it's going to do is it's going to return self.time of time of day display. And what's going to be plugged in is self._TOD. Easy as that. So going forward, it should show it. And day timer is not defined. Okay. That is okay. As of right here, as you can see, it's being called right here. What we can do is we can go ahead and go into here, into the script.rpy, and we're going to define it right here. So day timer is equal to game.timer. And at the start of it, it's going to be called, and it shouldn't, as again my luck, it shouldn't throw an error, but as my luck, it probably will. Okay. So, why is it night? And why is it, but this says day, so why is that? Well, the reason why is because, like we mentioned, like I mentioned before, this being two totally different things, is because if you remember, we had a persistent time of day is equal to day, and that's what was equaling, it being set to day. So that's why you can see that it's not reflecting the same as it is. As you can see right here, if you can, so I can't really see it, but it says night. So we can get that easily changed by just going in here. First, actually, we need to go ahead and do the current day actually. So do another property, define current TOD. It's going to take a self. It's going to do that. Same thing like this as below. It's going to do self dot, and we're going to take the time of day, and then we're just going to plug the TOD in there. We need to do a couple things to get the background fixed. So have this, the day.timer, day_timer is equal to game timer. Then we need to go to game. We want to take this entire section, just get rid of it because we don't need it anymore. The next thing that we want to do is when the game goes into here, jump player bedroom, that will be under the locations and sets. Here it's being called right here. So let's go ahead and just update that to daytimer.current TOD. and that should fix the problem. The other issue that's going to be shown is the door. So the door is going to be showing obviously incorrect as well. But as you can see, if you press advanced time, afternoon, evening, night, we sleep, and it's good. So the next thing to change is the day of the week. We will address this door problem next time. But let's go ahead and just address that issue right here, the day of the week. Same thing as this. It's pretty much straightforward. It's just property, define current, let's say weekday. Let's get self. Same thing, return self day of week. And if you can guess what goes in here, it's going to be weekday index. And then what goes in here, let's go ahead and go into this. Pretty much is day timer dot current weekday. Okay. And that pretty much fixes that. So the time of day and the day of the week are dynamic. So let's go ahead and just do that. And then when you sleep, Monday, okay, it doesn't change. Fantastic, I love that. So in order to increase this as soon as the player sleeps, following the logic, like once the player does click, once it presses the reset button, which is reset TOD, it does call this the reset. So let's go ahead and just call it right here. And what we want to do is we do want to call self underscore weekday index, and we're gonna call it again, the weekday index, and then we're gonna increment it by 1, which should be Tuesday. And what this should do is go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever the player clicks sleep. So how can we repeat this when Sunday hits, and then after they click sleep again, it just goes right back to Monday and it does this loop. Well, this can be done by doing the percent, which is also the remainder, the length of the day of the week, whatever this amount this is. So let's just do self dot day of week, and that is that. So let's go ahead and do that, check on that. And I'm just gonna press this button multiple times. As you can see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Click it again and it repeats. Cool. So you should have now the days set in place, the weekday set in place now. The other thing I know as of right now, the game does look a little bit messy as of right now because we have switched it over to widescreen. The 1280 by 720 aspect ratio, and everything has shifted. Like I mentioned, I will be changing this out for a different background, and the object door will be different. So, and when that time does come, when I do make that change, the images will be posted to GitHub. That way you can go ahead and download those images as you please if you want to follow this exactly. But with that being said, in the next tutorial we are going to go ahead and fix this, make a flag. That way we can go ahead and say, hey, once this is called, go ahead and just make sure, count it as completed. That way it doesn't always have to pop up every single time. And I do also note that in the Discord, I believe, I know that there was a fix for it, but if you aren't a part of the Discord, um, excuse me, there is a kind of a bug where I think it was on tutorial 17, like the location check, it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know if any of you have any problems with that, but um, pretty much what happens is the event, like this event is always called no matter which time of day it is, location, or anything of that nature. So um, we can go ahead and again get that fixed. So on in the next tutorial. So but as of right now, the nav UI is done and it's completed. The next step is just it's a big step actually. So it's a rework of the entire framework actually. So we are gonna I'm not gonna delete everything, but we're gonna keep everything the same way as it is. But I am gonna introduce something pretty cool. So stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.